Hey, today I'm gonna discuss about the careers as an student administration officer or student affairs or student administration officer. Normally, there is a lot of responsibility for affairs officer or student administration officer. The first responsibility is to timetabling, or there is some timetable and class schedules coming for students from the teaching administration office and other departments of your university, of your college. And then that's how student administration or affairs management will working to circulate and to communicate with all the students. Like there is an exam, there is a program, there is a event, there is a class, and sometimes the class schedules are changing, so we need to keep updating with them. The second job is enrollments. For this thing, we change from one semester to another semester, for 1 year to another year. So that's how we need to keep a fair communication and fair liaison with them to make a good enrollments procedures. And sometimes we need to update the systems and to monitor about the enrollment times, their class timetable, and their thing. We just need to monitor all of them. And third responsibility is to student management. We need to coordinate with the administration process to keep a pace with the administration office, students office, and if we have some other sister organizations as a student leadership organization and other clubs as a student, so we need to keep the administration management with all of them to keep the flow. And class roles, manage the week preparation. Normally it comes like 1 week advance. We need to keep the week plans with the students, with the office and different departments of your office. And we need to monitor about the students' progress. That's how they are working, how they're joining the classes, and how their performances is. So that's all comes under student management. So all of them are working like under the student management system. And then we have understanding and cultural sensibility. If you're working like as an international platform, it normally works like it's a very hard and it's a bit tough job, because you are someone from one country and you have students from 30 country, 40 country, or somewhere it works like 100 countries students you have. So sometimes they have their own cultural, own traditional senses, so you need to understand them. You need to keep a pace with their ideas and your management panels, your institution or your organization, because you need to think how the students think and how the office think, and you need to keep a pace and make a bridge between students and the office or your working departments. For somehow it's very challenging, because some students, their cultural thinking is very weird. I'm not saying like that weird in that way, in a negative way, but it's something we never understand, like how they're thinking, what they're thinking. But what we can do is appreciate them, because they have their own thing, they have their own thinking, own knowledge, own talents. So you need to listen them carefully, you need to understand them, and you need to give them a platform to show themselves. You can reconsider or filter it when you see them how they're doing. You can change, moderate or modify, but before that you need to listen them, because understanding is a big thing in management system. The first, foremost and final thing we used to do as a responsibility as a student admission system is to understand the psychology. Some students will be coming, they're very old, maybe sometimes they're older than you, sometimes they're not older by age, but sometimes their maturity or their understanding is much older than you, because mostly what they think, you won't be reaching their thinking panel, you won't be understanding them. Some people, they have some study gaps, like some of them are coming like is older than you, so we need to understand them. No fight, no argument, but understanding it will be helping. So it works like normally as a psychological part, because if you don't understand the psychology, it's a mess. A student is coming, he's much older than you, and you don't know how to manage them, you don't know how to talk to them, you don't know how to respect them, and it's making a gap between you, your office, your department, and your works, and everything will be messed, because it will be very hard to manage them if you don't understand their psychology. Now I'm going to talk about the competency, or what we should have inside to apply as a student administration officer or a student affairs officer, student affairs management people. The first thing we need to have it is planning and execution knowledge and experiences. As a student manager, you need to manage a lot of events, you need to manage them, you need to have their thinking, you need to compile everyone, and you need to make a bridge between your office and students. So you need to have the sense of planning and execution. It's not only that you're just making plan and all are failed or you can't execute and it will be challenging for you. So you must have the competency of planning and execution of your plan, the ability of that. The second thing is focus. You need to have the quality focus on the students of your working environment and your colleagues, because sometimes you are thinking something, you are making a good plan, but it's not compatible with your colleagues and your working environment. So you need to have the quality focus on that. If you have some different plans, different ideas, creative things, you need to talk to your colleagues, talk to your department, talk to your higher managers or seniors, and then you need to make a compilation with your thinking and their thinking and the way they have. That's how you can make a quality focus, and you should have the quality to work. The third thing is communication. I explained communication and psychological fact and understanding is very important part, but this thing, communication, you need to communicate with your students, you need to communicate with your ex-students who's already like graduated or things, because sometimes you need some experiences from them, sometimes you need their voice, what they think, if they have any creative ideas. And your management, your senior, your colleagues, you need to compile a better way to make your working environment and more effective benefits and the study environment for your students. So you need to make better communication with everyone, you need to understand everyone in a communicative and comprehensive way. That is service focus. You're just giving them service, they don't understand you, or sometimes they can't understand like what you're gonna say and what you're trying to say and what you are doing. That's a mess. So you need to focus on the service and the types of services you're giving them, you're working for them. It's not that way like you're just doing and your students or your colleagues, your seniors, your managers, your supervisors don't understand. So sometimes you need to focus on your service, the way you're giving. Maybe sometimes you can make survey, you can talk to one by one students, like one-to-one communication, so you know what they feel about you and what kind of service they need and what kind of service you are giving. So it's just almost you can get some feedback. And the next thing is analyze and judgment. Normally you need to analyze some cases, like case studies students are having. Some students are complaining against someone else. It's normal. You will have a lot of complaint. Not only complaint students against students, sometimes complaints are coming like students are complaining to you against to your colleagues, your seniors, your managers, your supervisor. But you need to compile, you need to understand, you need to analyze them. It's not that you got a complaint and you're just working as a judgment. No, you need to have the ability to analyze, and you need to have the ability of judgment, because you need to judge, and then you can make this way a more cooperative way. Next thing, I come to improvement focus. You need to gain feedbacks from your seniors, your supervisors, your people under you. If someone is working under you, you need to listen them, you need to understand, you need to get feedback from them. So in that way it works in like if you know how you are improving and how they are improving, maybe your colleagues, your co-workers, your managers, they are just improving and you are just lag behind, it won't be working for you. So that's how you need to have the improvement focus skills. And the first, foremost and the final thing is teamwork. If you're in student administration office, you are working with maybe 1,000 people, maybe 2,000 people, you need to have the ability to teamwork, because it's not only with students, just you are saying something and they're listening you. It's not like that, because sometimes they won't be following you by word. So you need to understand them, you need to make a good team with the students. And from office side, you need to understand and you listen your colleagues to make a good team to work together. So that's the way you can make some successes. And this kind of competency you must have to work as a student administration manager. So how is working like if you are creating your career as a student administration officer or student affairs officer? sometimes some people ask me like how to apply, what kind of requirements they have. Actually it's up to university and colleges. So when you're interested to be a student administration officer or a student affairs manager, you need to focus on the website, some universities, some colleges, because you must check the circular, and that's how and you can find the requirements, and if it's compatible to you, you can apply. And as an academic requirements, normally they ask for at least a bachelor, and some university they ask for master's degree in management in other departments and other segments. But somehow it works like if it's an engineering university, medical university, they ask for certain majors, because while you are tutoring, when you are managing some students, you must have the least ideas about the study, about the movement, about the performance, because you can't manage if you don't have any ideas about the study, about the schedule, about the system. And for me, if I suggest someone as a newbie, if you're a newbie and you are planned to work as a student administration officer, for me I will say like you must have a criteria on leadership, teamwork, and punctuality. In somehow it works like as a leadership skills you must have, because almostly and around 90% it works like you need to manage your teams, you need to work as a leader, you need to lead students, you need to lead some organization as a student administration officer. So if you don't have the leadership skill, it will be very hard for you to cope up with the work, because mostly it comes like as a leadership works. So you need to understand them, and you need to understand leadership. Second thing is punctuality. You need to be very responsible and zero tolerance punctuality. If you don't have the punctuality, you don't have the sense of time or time management skill, it will be very hard, because as a student administration manager, maybe anytime you can get a call, maybe your student, they need some counsel, they need your suggestion, they need your help, and you need to reply them and respond them like as soon as possible. Because if you don't reply them or respond them in time, they won't be trusting you, and your teamwork will be. So for newcomers and newbie, I'm wishing you best of luck. Hopefully my words will be helping you out. And as a career of student administration officer is very challenging, and for me it's very adventurous, because I'm working around 100 countries of people, and actually I'm really enjoying all of them. So as a person of student administration officer, if you're interested to join us, I think keep focusing, keep developing yourself, and improvement is the best key. So keep improving yourself, keep developing yourself in such a way, as a leader, as a person, as a good person, and that's how I think it's going to be helping you a lot. Thanks.